That was double, so that was great. Um, that can work, but we can't combine percents. Okay. Number 5 is a little tricky. Trickiest one that I think you'll have to tackle on your own today. So I want you guys to give this a shot. I'm letting you off I'm letting you off the hook today without a quiz. I really want you guys to give this question an honest shot before we go over it, and then I'll fill in the gaps hopefully for you when I do go over it. So pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, so if you're picturing this happening, Barack is going to Willy Wonka's candy shop. He's looking at these prices. They can't tell you the price for every single gummy worm amount. So they give you some, and he wants to buy 70. And, okay, so they don't have 70 here, so that's probably a good place to start. We also know he's going to have to pay an 8.5% tax on that price. What will the final cost be? Now, in math, it's kind of like, if I know I need to find out one thing, go find that thing out. What's the price going to be for 70? Well, if you look at this one here, remember proportional stuff? You look, 2 gummy worms is $1. So each gummy worm costs 50 cents. That's the unit rate, if you remember. So we know that 70 gummy worms, if each one is 50 cents, well, you could times it by 0.5. You should get $35 for 70 gummy worms. But we still have to keep in mind this information. Otherwise, we'd be good. We would be so good right now. But there's an 8.5% tax on that. So, hey, we're back to where we were in this question. Let's just find the tax. So we'll do find new percent. That's 100% plus our 8.5% gives us 108.5%. 108.5% written as a decimal is 1.085. And then we'll do 1.085 times 35. And that will equal 37.975. If we round that, and if you got 37.98, great job. If you were close, you just missed maybe 1 or 2 steps in there, good job too. But if you got that answer, we can't use great for that. Great job. Great job. Okay, here. So after this question, let's bring it back down a notch here. We're trucking through this. Let's see here. And again, the glory of working from home is maybe you got to pet your dog for 5 minutes before you try this last one here. Feel free. Then come back and watch and do. So Teddy goes to the store to buy a ping pong paddle. The paddle originally cost $15, but he uses a 20% off coupon. What will the new price be? Okay, so we know it originally costs $15. And he's got a 20% off coupon. So we're going to do, like we normally do, 100%. Minus 20% because it's a discount. That'll give us 80%. And then we'll do 80% equals 0.8 as a decimal. Then we'll do 0.8 times our 15. And we'll get 12. So the new price will be $12. So that one is relatively simple. I do want to point out one thing. And this is important for today and for next week. There's this pattern that we're doing. If you look in step 3 for each of these, we're always multiplying at the end. You guys see this? The final thing we do? what does the dot mean? Multiply. We're always multiplying at the end. There's really always this kind of equation that we're using without even you thinking about it. If you look, where is that? What is that 0.8? What is that 0.8 representing? That's the percent. So we're always doing the percent times, right, that dot. What did that 15 represent? That was the, if you look at the shaded part, that was the original cost. So we did the percent times the original. And what did that tell us? Well, seriously, it told us how much the new price would be. So the new amount, how much you'd have to pay. So the percent times the original equals the new amount. And this is a very important equation to know going into next week. And we've basically been doing it, but it's just good to get that down on paper. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is read this. So you guys have put in a long day. Let's see, do I get it? So try this question out to see if you understand what we did today. If you get it right, then you definitely understand. If you were close, you did pretty good. But this question's tough, so give it a shot, and then resume the video to see if you understood it. Okay, so Franklin takes Eleanor out on a date. Franklin buys a hamburger for $8 and Eleanor buys a salad for $6. Franklin decides to treat Eleanor and pays for the whole dinner. Franklin also pays 8% in tax and then takes 20% of that amount for a tip. What is the total amount Franklin pays? So, well, if you just look at the food is going to be $14. Now, can Franklin get off that easy? No, he's still going to have to pay a tax and tip. So that's our kind of original amount here. We're going to do percent times original equals new amount. So we got to find this new percent first. So 100% plus the 8% for tax will be 108%. 108% equals 1.08 as a decimal. Then we'll do 1.08 times 14. Hopefully you got I can't use my phone. What is happening to me? 1512. He's still not in the clear because that was just for the tax. He's still gonna have to take a tip off that yellow amount right there. So we're gonna do 100% plus 20% because it's a tip and that's increasing. It's 120%. 120% written as a decimal is 1.2. And then we can do 1.2 times 15.12 to give us the final amount that Franklin will have to pay, which is 18.144. Did you get 18.14? If you did, you got the answer correct. Great job. There you go. Again, the percent equation we'll be using this next week. Good idea to get it down again. Percent times original amount equals the new amount. And that's how we've done every question, really. You multiply your percent times it by your original amount. So originally it cost $14, and then you're going to get this new amount there. And then you actually have to do it twice for this question. All right, so I do have one more thing for you, not math related at all. There was a pattern in these clues, and the people who were in these clues. If you can find out what is similar about all the names in the questions, I will give you a shout out. So, what is similar in all the people's names in the word problems? If you can post it in our chat, I will give you a bonus shout out. All right, have a great rest of your day. Happy Friday. Great job this week. And if you need anything, never hesitate to reach out. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. I'll see you Monday.